Alright guys, let's finally do this vlog. Let's talk about last night. Last night I was up to Stanley for another public investigation. Usually when there's about 15 people, they go through, we do the tour, we investigate for a couple hours. We usually end at about 1 o'clock. Now normally after the end of these hunts, Callie and I, we generally will stay and we'll talk and we'll investigate a little bit more, just the two of us, see if the spirits are a little bit more into hanging out, just the two of us, if they were more quiet with the public group or if they just weren't too active, see if anything else happens. So last night it was a quieter night, but I had kind of a good feeling about it. People reported different sensations of being touched. We thought we heard a couple of interesting sounds, saw a couple of shadow movements. So all in all, it wasn't actually a bad night. I kind of had a good feeling. But as always, talk a lot about Lucy and how she's kind of one of the stars in the concert hall. She likes to close her door. That's one of her biggest things. Obviously, if you watch the last evidence vlog where I have evidence of her closing her door, you can check it out. I'll put the link again right there. Right there. That'll take you to that link. But she likes to close her door. It's happened a couple times to me. I've talked about them before with you guys. It closed once in my face. That was really exciting. It's closed a couple times since then. It's slammed one night, which is very persuasive for me, because if it's something natural and the door is just falling shut all the time, you can sort of start to write that off. But if it slams, that means that it has to have an excess outside force beyond just something that allows it to fall closed. And so that's really persuasive. So let's go back to last night. Not 3 minutes after the last guest left the building, Lucy closed her door. Callie and I were standing in the lobby area where we were listening to a couple of pieces of evidence and trying to get each other's opinion on them when Lucy closed her door down the hallway. And I pointed out to Callie and we said, well, why not go in the room and we can talk about the evidence in there and see if she's looking to interact. So we take the evidence into her room. Lucy closes her door a second time for us. Pretty cool. She's on average about 3 times. Sometimes she only does it once, sometimes she only does it about 3 times. I've never seen it too much more than 3 times. So twice is pretty cool. We kind of laugh about it because we're like, Lucy, this is hilarious that you feel good about us and you feel comfortable enough that you're closing the door with us, but these people are paying 50 bucks for these ghost hunts and they want to see you close your door, you know. So she closes it one more time for us. We're still laughing, you know, obviously. Okay, Lucy's messing around, you know, she didn't close it for them, you know, it's kind of funny, but, you know, maybe she should close it for them. But it's been a couple minutes now. And then she closes it a 4th time. Pretty awesome. We're enjoying it. Lots of times there'll be kind of an anticipation and a pressure that comes with the activity, and sometimes the door closing can freak us out a little bit if there's just the two of us, but it's a great mood that night. We're laughing about it, we're encouraging her. After the 4th one, I say, you know, hey Lucy, I'd like to film these. I mean, you're doing it really well right now. I want to get some good video evidence of the door. Do you mind if I film some of this? Can you make a loud noise or something, a good loud knock, or touch me on the shoulder or something, if you don't want me to film you? Nothing happened. So I hopped out, I grabbed my camera, and I started rolling. And almost immediately I got her door closing a 5th time. Take a look. Come on, Lucy.
There it goes.
There it goes. Yeah!
Yay, Lucy!
Number 5. So, obviously we applaud her on 5 times. It's remarkable. She is obviously on fire. Do we get it a 6th time? We do. More of that approach. And I said, you know, I'd be very interested to do the interview with Barry, because so after the 6th time, nothing happens for about 20 minutes. But then in the next 10-minute section, it happened again. It's closing. There it is. I'm glad I hit. I'm glad I hit record again. And again.
Push it, Lucy.
Really close it.
Push it hard. Push it as hard as you can.
And again. 4. But in and again. I'm enjoying this. This is fine. Oh. My camera memory card finally filled up and it stopped recording. At this point we're thinking, this is insane. Lucy only closes her door 3 times generally at the most in a night. And I used to hear Callie talking about stories where Lucy would close it maybe 10 times in a night, you know, back in the early summertime. 10 times already. 11 times. 12 times. 13. 14, 15. And at this point we're tearing our hair out. The more it happens, the more we doubt both Lucy and the more we doubt both the scientific possibility of it. What's going on here that is making this door close so many times? Will it happen again? 16. After 16? One more time? We finally left after number 18. Lucy's door closed 18 times in one night for us. Now around number 12, when my camera dies, I start to try to be thinking outside of the box. Generally, when activity starts getting extremely consistent but not quite on demand, I get really skeptical about it. If you hear a sound out in the hallway, and it occurs every so many minutes in a very repetitive fashion, it's probably mechanical, it's probably on some kind of a system, and it's not supernatural. This door is closed 12 times, and I'm trying to think of why that might be mechanical. But okay, if it is a condition that gets the door to close, it needs to be such a perfect condition or alignment of elements to get this door to close that it happens as rarely as it does. Some nights it will only close once for weeks. That'll be the only time that it happened. It slammed in my face for the first time in September in probably 3 or 4 months. And then it happened once more after that, maybe 3 or 4 weeks later on camera for 9 News. And then it happened a couple weeks after that, a little bit more frequent. Then it goes dormant for a while again. So why is it that this alignment to get the door to actually close is so rare that it only happens once in a while, but it happened so perfectly last night that it all came together so that it closed 18 times? So I'm starting to think we need to change the atmosphere here. If it's such a delicate alignment of things to happen, if we change the atmosphere and the environment around it, it should stop closing. So every door that was open, we closed, and every door that was closed, we started to open. There was a tunnel next to us that we opened up, which theoretically, being a tunnel and being rock and being under the mountains and damper, we thought might change the humidity in the room, also adding a little bit of a draft and possibly a temperature change. But also down the hallway, outside of Lucy's room, there's an exit door. We opened that up. It just started to snow outside, so we got these high 20 degree temperatures drafting into the hallway. So now we think it's going to be colder, it's going to be draftier. If this perfect spot is so delicate, it should have changed by now. But the door closed again, and again, and again, until 18 times. I don't know what to make of it. She closed it gently every single time. We were asking for her to slam it. We asked her to close it really, really, really gently. She didn't. And that's the way these Stanley spirits work, is they mess with you. They know us too well. We're in there at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, or more. They know what we're doing, and they mess with us. Anything we ask for, they do just a little bit differently. If it's table tipping, they do it too much so that I don't have doubts. If it's sounds out in the hallway, they do them so loud but so frequently that I have stacks of evidence of them on my computer with nothing to do with, because they're just sounds out in the hallway. Now Lucy's door is closed 18 times and I don't know what to make of it? These spirits are good. They know what they're up to. They're mysterious. They're fascinating. I don't know. The interesting thing about this, though, is that as it happens more, and in the same way, it makes me doubt it more and more every time. But when you get it to a point where it happens this many times, you almost start to think that it's supernatural again, because the door doesn't naturally close on its own 18 times. I always thought ghost hunting was like this romantic, like dark and mysterious, and you're trying to get into this otherworldly veil, and you're trying to pierce into things that are epic and crazy and meaningful and spiritual and personal. But at Stanley, they're just messing with us. It's like a joke. And it's actually pretty funny. Thanks for watching, though, guys. I want to hear what you think. I want to build a discussion, so leave your questions, your comments and stuff in the section below. I'm interested to hear. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, until I shoot another one of these, hopefully soon, but my life's about to get really crazy. Stay tuned for updates, exciting things on the way, and you guys are awesome. So we'll talk to you later. Okay. God, I hope this